Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for this week we have lottery apparently. So I have a large book haul. So I was scrolling, so a little bit of a backstory. I'm currently reading through the Shadowhunters universe right now, and I'm currently on Clockwork Angel. Well, I didn't want to buy them all just brand new off Amazon or something, because it was going to be $250 or something. I even looked at a secondhand website and it was still going to be $160, which isn't horrible, better than $250. But I'm well, I'll just keep an eye on Facebook in my area and see if I find any on marketplaces. I'm just scrolling through, just kind of keep an eye on it, right? Well, I think it was the Bane Chronicles. Well, I found City of Bones a few weeks ago, back before I started the series. Actually, that was a few months ago. That's besides the point. And then last week I found the Bane Chronicles. I'm perfect, we'll snag it. I paid $5 for it, which is probably a lot. Anyways, that's besides the point. And then I was scrolling and I saw someone had Clockwork Princess listed, and it was with a whole bunch of other books. The lady was just I just need to get rid of them. You can have them for $5 a piece, or I don't remember the exact price she said, but I texted her. I'm can I get Clockwork Princess? And she's yeah. She's I won't charge you for it. She's did you see any others in the listing that you'd like? So I listed 4 others that I'm oh, I'd like those too. And she's okay, perfect, I'll leave them out on the porch, no charge. Just come get them when you're ready. And I'm sweet. Well, I happened to get to this lady's house as her and her husband are leaving to walk their dogs or something. And she's well, do you just want the whole tote of books? I was just in shock for a second. I'm I guess. Yeah, she's I won't charge you, but you can just have the whole tote of books. She's we're getting ready to have a baby, and I just need the room, and I just need them gone. And I'm okay, sure. So her husband picks up this big old tote of books and takes it to my car and puts it in my car. I get home and open this tote. It's full of books, almost to the top. I'll put a picture here. Full to the brim. And so, well, close to the brim. Anyways, for free. She didn't charge me. So I got this whole tote of books for free, no charge. I felt like I won the lottery that day. So I went through them all. I'm not going to keep the majority of them, honestly, but I went through them and separated them into 2 piles. The ones that I am going to keep, and then the ones that I'm not going to keep are still in the tote. And so we're just going to go through them. First, I'm going to go through the ones that I am going to keep. There's, I believe, 17 of them. And then we'll go through the ones that I'm not going to keep for various reasons. No interest in them. Already have them. Already read them. Various reasons, So, let's get started, I guess. This is very exciting. I felt like I won the lottery that day. I really did. So, first up, for the ones that I'm going to keep, obviously, is the one that started it all, Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which is the 3rd book in her Infernal Devices trilogy. I need to take this sticker off, but that's besides the point. Yeah, and even better, it's the old cover. It's the old cover. The new covers are trash. I hate the new covers. The old covers, though, are gorgeous. So I'm glad that I have it and that it's in the new covers. I wish I could have gotten the rest of the series in the new covers. I was just impatient and got them from Amazon. That's besides the point. And then, so, yeah, Clockwork Princess, the one that, I wanted. And then we have Murder in the Family. I keep eyeing this one every time I go to the store or something. And I always want to read it, and like anytime I like see it online or anything, I always want to read it, and I just for some reason never bought it. And so I was very excited when I saw it in our listing, so excited to read this one. And then we have Caraval. I read the first book in this author's by Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I read the first book in her Stephanie Garber's Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I didn't love it, but I know that you're supposed to technically read this series before the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and so I still want to give this one a try. I'm not going to continue the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, but I still want to give this one a shot, so I was excited when I saw Caraval in there. It looks pretty fancy, so I'm hoping we like this one. If not, it was free, I guess, so lovely. And then I've been kind of trying to build up my selection of Stephen King, or at least the ones that I have interest in reading. And I didn't necessarily have interest in reading this particular book, but again, it was free. We're not going to say no. We're going to obviously add it to my shelf. Duh. It's the first, I think it's the first book in the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, The Gunslinger. I'm pretty sure, I want to say I looked it up the other day when I was going through the books, and it is the first one. I don't know. This is very non-helpful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is the first one, but we have The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger by Stephen King. We have the Naturals series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I love The Inheritance. Okay, that's a lie. I love the first book in the Inheritance Games trilogy. I read like the two after it and didn't love it, but I absolutely loved the first book, and so I wanted to read her other series, The Naturals, and this is the first book, so I was very excited to see that one. Very excited for that one. This next one is actually on my video that I made a ways back about all the books that I wanted to read in 2026. This series is in that, and so I was excited when I saw that. It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I'm pretty sure this is the first one. Like 99.9% sure this is the first one. So I'm very excited to get into this series. And then I got this Myrtle Volume 1. They're like a collection of like murder puzzles, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some digging on how to actually like do them. But yeah, it's just like a puzzle book, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. It looks fun and interesting. And then I have, what is this one? King of Greed by Anna Huang. It is the third book in her Kings of Sin series. I actually have not read any Anna Huang at all. So let me know if I should start with this series. This isn't the first book, so I'd have to like get the first book. I think they're on Kindle Unlimited, but that's besides the point. But let me know if I should start with this series or start with one of her other series. But anyways, we have book 3 now in the Kings of Sin series, so solid, I guess. And then we have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Again, no idea if this is the first book. I'm not entirely sure. I think with this series, now I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. That this is a like standalone series. So like it's a series, but you don't have to read them in order necessarily. I think. Not entirely sure, but it seems interesting. I've seen it around online and stuff, so excited to read it eventually. And then we have this one. I've never actually heard of this book before, but I kind of read the back and it sounds like it could be good. It's called Eve by W.M. Paul Young. I think it's the same person who wrote The Shack, which was like super popular a couple years ago. It even got a movie. I never read it or watched it. I'm not a super religious person, but I read the back of it and it sounds vaguely interesting. It says, on a mysterious island between our world and the next, a young woman washes ashore, broken and barely alive. John, the kind collector who finds her, enlists the aid of healers and scholars, and they soon discover that her genetic code links to every known race. No one would guess what her survival will mean to all of mankind. No one but Eve, mother of the living. A bold, unprecedented exploration of the creation narrative. I love creation stories. The story of Eve is true to the original text and centuries of scholarship, yet with breathtaking revelations that challenge traditional beliefs about who we are. As the shack awakens readers to a personal, non-religious understanding of God, Eve frees us from the faulty interpretations that have corrupted human relationships since the Garden of Eden. Through research and thoroughly researched and exquisitely written, Eve is a masterpiece that will inspire readers for generations to come. I don't know. It sounds like it could be vaguely good. I guess I'll report back when I read it. Interested. And this one is another one that I have never heard of before, but it could possibly be good. It's called King of Fools by Amanda Foody, which is an interesting last name now that I think about it. Says it's part of the Shadow Game series. I don't know if it's the first one, but it seems like it could possibly be good. It's kind of chunky though. Oh, I don't think this is the first one actually. Pretty sure it's not. I don't know. But it seems like it could be possibly good. Yeah. King of Fools. Then, this is the third book in a series that I have never read that was extremely popular when I was younger. I've kind of never had any interest in reading it. I have watched the movies and they were pretty good. It is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, and it's in like good condition. It is hardback. I don't love hardbacks, but I mean, it's in good condition, so like obviously I'm gonna keep it. And so I don't know, I've never read the Hunger Games series, but I know it's obviously very, very loved, and I did watch the movies quite a while ago and I liked the movies, so I'm interested to see if I'd pick it up. I'd obviously have to get the first and second one too, but I have the third one now, so I don't know, maybe one day. And then we have Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I don't know much of anything about this book at all, but it seems like it could be good. I do like Greek mythology and stuff. No idea if it's a part of a series or anything about that, but it'd be interesting to give it a shot. Says every 7 years the Agon begins. As punishment for a past rebellion, 9 Greek gods are forced to walk the earth as mortals. They are hunted by the descendants of ancient bloodlines, all eager to kill a god and seize their divine power and immortality. Long ago, Lord Perseus fled that brutal world, turning her back on the hunt's promises of eternal glory after her family was murdered by a rival line. For years she pushed away any thought of revenge against the man, now a god responsible for their deaths. Yet as the next hunt draws over New York City, 2 participants seek her out. Castor, a childhood friend Lore believed to be dead, and Athena, one of the last of the original gods, now gravely wounded. The goddess offers Lore an alliance against their mutual enemy and a way to leave the Agon behind forever. But Lore's decision to rejoin the hunt, binding her fate to Athena's, will come will come at a deadly cost, and it may not be enough to stop the rise of a new god with the power to bring humanity to its knees. That was a lot, and it sounds like it could be very, like, dramatic. Not necessarily dramatic, but, like, drama. So, I don't know. It sounds interesting. It's kind of heavy. I don't know. We'll see. And then this one I've kind of seen a little bit, and it's a very, like, in good condition copy. But, I don't know. It's called Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. It's a pretty copy. I mean, it is hardback, but, like, I don't know. It could be good. It's in great condition. I've heard good things about it. The dream chooses the dreamer, not the other way around. On the second Sabbath of 12th moon, in the city of Weep, a girl fell from the sky. Her skin was blue, her blood was red. Interesting. Again, know little to nothing about it, but we have it now. So, interesting. And then, these last three of the ones that I'm keeping are freaking heavy as hell. God damn. Are books 2, 3, and 4 of a series. So I'll have to get book 1. But it's the second, third, and fourth book in the Tiger's Curse series. Book 2 is Tiger's Quest. Book 3 is Tiger's Voyage. Tiger's Voyage. And book 4 is Tiger's Destiny by Colleen Houck. I'm assuming the first book is Tiger's Curse. I don't know much about this series. I think I had it when I was, like, younger or something and never read it. But I don't know. Let me know if it's any good. If I should read it. This second book is freaking heavy as hell. Like, what the hell? Like, they're freaking heavy as hell. But yeah, let me know if I should read them. So yeah, that was the last of the books that I am keeping. Now, now we'll go over the ones that I'm not keeping. We have the only double that was in this tote. Why there was a double, I'm not exactly sure, but it's Murder in the Family, the same one that I was excited for that's in my keep stack. There was 2 of them, so obviously we'll keep one, get rid of the other one. And then we've got The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I have this one and have already read it. And then we have The Story. Something to do with the Bible, I'm assuming. Like I said, I'm not religious, so I don't particularly care. Then we have The Vampire Chronicles Collection by Anne Rice. The Vampire Chronicles Collection by Anne Rice. This one I've debated on keeping every time I look in the tote. Is the first book in the Bridgerton series, The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. I don't know, I've debated on keeping it. I watched, like, the first season, which was this season, Daphne season, on Netflix, and it was okay. I didn't love it. And I think I started, like, the second season or something and didn't finish it. But I don't know. Let me know if I should keep that one. And then we have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. We have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I do have this book. Haven't read it. And then this one's another one I've kind of debated on keeping. It's Tag You're Dead by Catherine Foxfield. I did read one of her books, like, a couple years ago. I read, like, I think I read more than one of her books, actually. And I didn't really like them. I don't really remember. I remember one of them, like, the plot twist was wild and I was, like, stunned. But then I remember not liking the other one. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I don't know. But I've debated on keeping that one. So let me know if I should keep Tag You're Dead. Because I do like me a thriller. And then this one, Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw. I'm not a Nightmare Before Christmas fan. The claymation creeps me out. So that's why we're not keeping that one. And then we have a hardback edition of Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. It doesn't have the dust jacket on it. So, like, I could keep it, but I mean, and the fact that it was free, but I just don't like that it doesn't have the dust jacket on it. So I'm not going to keep it. Plus, I don't really like hardback, so not keeping that one. And then this one seems very random. I'm definitely not keeping it. It's like a medicine handbook. Vibrational medicine. Definitely not keeping that one. And this one, I think this one's like I think they call it a memoir, biography. I don't really know what the difference is. But it's one of those. It's called Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. No idea who it is. At all. Whatsoever. So, not keeping that one. Then, If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. I might still have this one somewhere. Or I got rid of it or something. I don't know. I just lost interest in ever reading it, so not keeping that one. Then we have The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I know this one's really popular and a lot of people say it's really good. A lot of people had to read it in school. I never had to read it in school. But I guess I would be willing to read it. So tell me if I should keep it and read it. Will it change my life? Is the question. We have The Secret Chord by Geraldine Brooks. I kind of think this one may be another religious one. I could very well be wrong with, so don't quote me on that. But there's no interest in it. Then we have Red Sparrow by Jason Matthews. No idea. I know it's a Netflix, now a major motion picture on, I believe, Netflix. But other than that, no. I got nothing. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I have seen a lot about this one. I am willing to give it a shot, so let me know if I should keep this one and read it. Then we have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I think this is a fairly popular one in, like, this was probably one I should have read in middle school if I was going to read it. I don't really know. Then we have the sequel to that one, which is Hollow City. I don't know. Probably about creepy children, I would assume. I don't like children, and I definitely don't like creepy children, so not for me. Then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. I think I already have these two, or had these two at one point. I just kind of lost interest in reading them, so I think I, like, unhauled them. But let me know if I should read them. Let me know if they're any good. I'm willing to keep them. couldn't reach them. And then the last 3 are all hardbacks, which is part of the reason why I'm not keeping them. First, we have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Not keeping this one because I already have it in paperback, so I'm not going to keep the hardback. And then we have Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I think, is this the same author as Divergent? Yeah, same author as Divergent. I liked the movies. I read like the first 2 books back in like middle school, high school, something. And this is one of her other books. I don't know. I just really have no interest in it, honestly. And then last but not least, we have The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. Like I said earlier, I read the first book in this series, the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. This is, which book is this? This is the last one. It's a trilogy, I know that. Oh my god, it's signed. Look at that. I should keep it for that. I think this one's the 3rd one. Maybe not. Maybe this one's the 2nd one. Well, then what's the 3rd one? This might be the 3rd one. I'm honestly not sure. I think it's a Barnes & Noble one. But anyways, like I said earlier, I read the first one. I didn't really like it very much. Had no interest in continuing the series. So I'm not going to keep it. So, yeah, not keeping that one. But yeah, that's all we got. It was, I don't know if you can see, but it's a lot of books. It's a lot. These 2 are the ones we're keeping. These 2 are the ones we're getting rid of. So yeah, it was a haul. I counted them and I'm keeping 17 of them. I don't know how many there was total. I guess if we have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 17 out of 41. So not too bad. But yeah, that's all I got. Just a massive kind of book haul, I guess. Yeah. That's all I got. See you next week. Hope everybody has a great reading week. Love you. Bye.